If I'm being honest with you, I did not see this face-off coming. I really did not see this coming. However, I'm very happy that it did. And if they fight, I'm definitely tuning in. However, some people might be upset by this next statement. I'm here to tell you that I'm done not giving Jake Paul his credit. Jake might actually win this fight. And the closer we get to it, if it actually happens, I might actually lean towards Jake. And the reason why is I get that Andrew Tate is a very decorated kickboxer, but it is kickboxing. And I don't know how much he's done in actual just boxing training. And I understand that it is kickboxing, but there's a reason why you don't see kickboxers coming over to boxing and just beating some of the best boxers. Now, clearly, Jake Paul is not the best boxer, but I would argue that Andrew Tate, even with a really good record, is not one of the best kickboxers ever either. So, do you know what I'm saying? And I feel like Jake has been putting in a lot of work. Now, the Anderson Silva fight is the reason why I think that there's a good chance he wins this. In the beginning of the fight, he looked bad. He didn't look that good. He was very hesitant. I think he was nervous. You're in there with somebody that you literally grew up watching, who went on to do these amazing things in MMA. You're gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna affect you mentally a little bit. But as the fight went on, as he took some punches, as he felt what Anderson had to offer, he started to realize, I can do this too. And as you saw as it went on, the cardio of his kept going. He didn't get tired like a lot of people thought that he would. He started to land combos. I don't know if people really understand this. So a lot of Jake's fights have been a lot of just one, maybe two punch combos. He might have threw a few here or there, but a lot of it was just really reliant on that big right hand. As the fight with Anderson went on, he was throwing some good 3, 4, maybe even maybe 5 punch combo one here or there. Now, maybe not many of those, but he was throwing some good combos together, body up, like mixing it up, the whole deal. I just think a lot of people don't want to give him his credit, and I get it. He's Jake Paul. I totally get it. He's made a lot of people hate him over the years with all the dumb stuff that he's done, and nobody ever wants to be like, he is a boxer. And even he kind of rides the coattail of, I'm a YouTuber, I'm the Disney star, which kind of, it plays up the sale of fights where it's like, yo, this guy is going to fight this legit fighter. But the truth is, Jake is a legit fighter. Whether you want to say it, don't want to say it, like him, don't like it does not matter. He is a legit fighter at this point. He's been training for 3, 4, 5 years, I think, at this point. And he's had a handful of professional fights, even though people want to argue they're not against boxers. And I've been one of those people, but he's not wrong when he says that a lot of upcoming boxers fight very journeyman fighters that really, they're not meant to beat them. And they don't really have the talent to beat them. However, I would argue that sometimes those fighters might be harder than some of the competition Jake's had as far as like a Nate Robinson, because at least they understand punching, they understand the movement and all that, because they've fought other prospects as they've been that journeyman boxer, whereas Nate Robinson has never had that. So I would argue that those guys are still a step up in some aspects, but once you get to Tyron Woodley, Anderson Silva, stuff like that, as much as we want to say that, like we look at KSI fighting Luis Pineda, Tyron Woodley would spark that man. That's just a fact of life. So as much as like there is some credence to people saying that, it only can go so far, right? Because it depends on the actual competition. There are MMA fighters that are much better than a lot of journeyman boxers and will give you a better challenge. It's just the facts of life. Now, they may offer some different challenges because they're not going to be as orthodox of strikers, depending on how long they've done boxing, so on and so forth. Anyways, we're on a tangent. This is about Jake Paul and Andrew Tate. I think Jake Paul might win the fight. I really do. Andrew Tate does look good in some of the sparring he's done. However, it's funny that we hate on Jake for fighting smaller guys. Andrew Tate's sparring that he's showed recently seems to be against much shorter guys, kind of smaller guys, you know, and he does look good. I just don't see him doing that to Jake Paul. I really don't. I'm just being honest with you. If it has kicks involved, Andrew Tate all day. Easy. His combos with his kicks included are smooth as fuck. He's going to probably win that fight. Not even probably, he's definitely going to win that fight. But when it comes to boxing, I'm just saying, if this does go down, I'm feeling pretty good about my choice. If anyone wants to have a little friendly handshake, slide in those DMs.
I don't care about a struggle. I've been asking for a fight. I need adversity to thrive. I'm trying to crash before the flight. I got a lot of people doubting me. That's just been my life. So I learned to persevere and not react to what they type. It's been a long road coming. That's just what they write. But it's been feeling like it's real, so I've been asking for my light. Trying to shine until I can. If you ask me, I go twice. But I've been stuck in back the line trying to imagine what it's like. Come on.